Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to Tom Lang Park and another edition of Coast Hotel's WCBL Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Last night here at Tom Lang Park, the Beavers offense got hot and they hung 18 runs on the Energy City Cactus Rats en route to an 18-7 win. The Sylvan Gulls are the opponent here tonight, and they're coming off a pair of losses in in Saskatoon to the Berries. And the Berries, they stay red hot. The Boston Pizza player of the game last night for the Weyburn Beavers was none other than Noah Brooks. And Noah Brooks had a big night at the plate. 3 for 5 with 2 home runs, 4 runs scored, and 5 RBIs. Also mix in a base on balls for good measure. So a heck of a night at the office for Noah Brooks to become the Boston Pizza player of the game. We're going to take a quick look at the league standings, and leading the way in the East Division, the Saskatoon Berries at 15-2. The Berries have won their last 8. The Medicine Hat Mavericks heating up. They've won 2 in a row, and their record rises to 13-6, good for second place. The Regina Red Sox sit at 9-6 in third, followed by the Moose Jaw Miller Express, who also have 9 wins, but they have 8 losses to go along with that. Then in fifth place, the Beavers trying to reel in the Miller Express. They sit at 5-11, and in sixth place, the Swift Current 57s are at 3-14 on the season. In the West Division, the Okotoks Dogs are on top with a 12-6 record, followed by the Lethbridge Bulls at 10-6, a game back. The Sylvan Lake Gulls at 9-8 coming in, and they are in third place, 2.5 back. The Energy City Cactus Rats occupy the 4th spot in the West Division at 6-10, followed by the Fort McMurray Giants at 5-12, and the Brooks Bombers in 6th spot at 4-11. The umpires for tonight's game, the same crew, as exact same guys that were here for the first 2 games of the week. At home plate, Darryl Beckett. At first base will be Tyler Murphy, and at third base will be Connor Jocelyn. We'll try to take a quick look at the Sylvan Lake starting lineup. Jimmy Pelche, the second baseman, number 14. He wears number 14. Simon Baker is in center field, batting second. Batting third, the shortstop, Jaden Flores. Brock Tijerina is the DH, and he'll bat fourth. Junior Garcia is the catcher, batting fifth. We'll pause for the anthem, and we'll come back and complete the lineups. Welcome back to Tom Lang Park in Weyburn, and we'll resume going through the lineup. We were at Junior Garcia in the 5th spot, the catcher. Batting 6th, the third baseman, Brooks Bachman. The right fielder, Aiden Macaris, will bat 7th. Matt Brandt, the first baseman, is the 8-hitter, and in the 9th spot, the left fielder, Matty Fung. On the mound tonight for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, Josh Sturba. for the Weyburn Beavers. Leading it off, Noah Brooks in left field again tonight. Braden Mancourt is the starting catcher, and he'll bat second. Ian Heck is at first base, batting third. The number 4 hitter, Ryan Dauphiny, half a day off. He's not in the field tonight, but he is DH. Trevor Dale moves over to shortstop for tonight's game and bats fifth. Alex Alva, the second baseman, will bat sixth. In the 7 spot, Brigham Cocotelo. And Briggs is in right field this evening. Chet McDaniel in the 8 spot and playing at position number 8 in center field. And rounding out the order at third base tonight, Luke Malzewski, and he will bat ninth. Joe Hart, the starting pitcher for the Beavers. Joe from Omaha, Nebraska, a senior at the University of Jamestown in Jamestown, North Dakota. And so far on the year for Joe, he's appeared in 5 games. This will be his first start of the season. He's pitched 6 1/3. He's allowed 10 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. He has 6 strikeouts to go with 5 walks and a 9.94 earned run average. So a bit of a bullpen day here against the Gulls, and we'll be looking for at least a good, strong 3 innings out of Joe Hart to help us stay on target here. So hopefully that will transpire. So we'll run through the starting defense for the Beavers. Noah Brooks in left field, Chet McDaniel in center, and Brigham Cocotelo in right. Across the infield, Luke Malzewski at third, Trevor Dale at short, Alex Alva at second, and Ian Heck at first. Braden Mancourt is behind the plate, and Joe Hart on the pitcher's mound as Jimmy Pelche steps into the batter's box. And we're about to get underway here. First pitch hit on the ground. Trevor Dale backhands it in the dirt. And a nice hop to Ian Hack. 1 pitch, 1 out. First pitch, 7:07 p.m. this evening. And coming to the plate will be Simon Baker, the center fielder for the Gulls. Baker on the year, 16 for 62, a .258 average. Does have 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Fastball from Joe Hart, taken for strike 1. Off the plate outside. Ball 1. Baker with good speed. Had 4 stolen bases on the year. That leads the Gulls. Inside. Almost clipped him but didn't. 2 balls and a strike. It's fouled over towards the Beaver dugout. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 quick out here in the top of the first inning. Jaden Flores in the on-deck circle, the Sylvan Lake shortstop. Hit on the ground. Ian Heck knocks it down, tosses to Joe Hart for the out. 3-1 on the put out there. So 2 quick outs for Joe Hart. And that'll bring Jaden Flores to the plate. Flores 12 for 38, a .316 average. 2 home runs and 11 runs batted in on the year. Not sure where that was, but it is ball 1 nonetheless. Jaden Flores wearing Jersey number 7 for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Outside, ball 2. Two and over to the batter, nobody aboard with 2 outs. Early in the first here at Tom Lang Park in Weyburn. Ball 3, high and tight. So Joe Hart falls behind. See if he can battle back here. And we'll see if Flores maybe has a green light. Ball 4 low, a fastball. So a 4-pitch walk. Runner aboard with 2 out for Brock Tijerina. Tijerina 12 for 45 on the year, a 267 average in 13 games. Has 4 doubles, a homer, and 7 runs batted in on the year. And that's hit on the ground towards Alva. He picks it up, a nice play over to Ian Hack, and that does, the throw is offline, and that's going to be an E4. Really nice play to field the ball and threw it wide of Ian Hack. And 2 runners aboard now with 2 outs. Beavers were out of the inning. Hitting a good spot. Alex Alva did a great job to get over and field it. And Junior Garcia will be the hitter. Garcia 6 for 26 on the season. 231 average. 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in, and it's pretty limited playing time. Fouled off his foot. 0-1 the count. Junior Garcia, number 35 for the Gulls. Fastball low. 1-1. So after 2 quick outs, 2 runners aboard with no base hits. Fastball misses outside. Looks like a pretty tight zone tonight. And we'll see if that's equal on both sides. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Joe Hart sets. Fastball at the knees. Taken for the second strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brooks Bachman, the third baseman, waits in the on-deck circle for the Gulls. Outside and low, full count. Payoff pitch coming up. And that's hit on the ground to second baseman Alex Alva. Over to Ian Hack in time, and that'll retire the side. Sylvan Lake does not score, and they do not get a hit. There was one Weyburn error and 2 runners left on base, both of them in scoring position. After half inning of play, the Sylvan Lake Gulls 0, the Weyburn Beavers coming to bat, and we'll have the bottom of the 4th for you here on Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers here on FloCollege. So, welcome back to Tom Lang Park and Weyburn. Josh Sturba on the mound tonight for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. And so far this season, Sturba appeared in 2 games. He started 1, pitched 4 innings. He's allowed 11 hits, 7 runs, only 3 of them earned, has 3 strikeouts to go with a 1 base on balls, and a 6.75 earned run average for the right-hander. And Noah Brooks will lead things off for the Weyburn Beavers. Of course, Brooks with the enormous night last night. Looking to duplicate that feat. Takes ball 1 high. Noah on the year leads the Beavers in batting average with a .387 mark. Takes strike 1. 1 ball and a strike. 24 hits and 62 at-bats, 5 doubles, 3 homers, and 18 runs batted in. Okay, the strike zone got real wide once we switched sides here. 1-2. In the dirt. 2-2. Noah Brooks also leads the team with 10 bases on balls. He's been hit by pitch 5 times to lead the team and tied for the team lead with 6 stolen bases. Foul towards the dugout. Fielded quickly in an entertaining fashion over there. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Braden Mayencourt in the on-deck circle. Outside, full count. Strike 3 called. Brooks does not like it. Strikeout to start the game for Josh Sturba, and Braden Mayencourt will be the hitter. Outside, ball 1. Mayencourt on the year, 19 for 60, a .317 batting average, 3 doubles, a homer, 12 runs batted in. Popped up, shallow center field. In comes the center fielder, Simon Baker, and he'll make the catch, 2 out. And Ian Hack moves to the 3 spot tonight, and he'll be the hitter. Ian, a .333 average on the year, 21 for 63, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. And he hits that in the air right behind first base. And that is fielded over there by Matt Brandt to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll be back with the second inning and more. Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Still leads the way for the Mavericks at 449. Eisman from Okotoks at 438. Austin Gurney in third at 435. Adiam Medina at 425 is in fourth. Carter Beck at 409 in fifth. Corey Wouters at 403 in sixth. And Luis Ayala of the Swift Current 57 in seventh at an even 400. And leading the way in the top of the second for the Sylvan Lake Gulls will be Brooks Bachman. Also due up Aiden Macaris and Matt Brandt, the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Low, ball one. In the first inning, a couple of quick outs, ground ball outs by Joe Hart, and then a base on balls and an error put a couple aboard, but able to get a ground out on a full count pitch to end the inning. Fouled towards the Sylvan Lake dugout. 1-1. Brooks Bachman on the year, 15 for 34, 278 average, a double, a homer, and 6 runs batted in. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that's hit the other way. Good piece of hitting there to slap it between the 5-6 hole for a base hit. First hit of the game for either side. Leadoff man is aboard for Aiden Macaris. Macaris in right field this evening. And he leads the Gulls with 4 home runs on the year. 12 for 46 for a 261 average, a pickoff move, just to keep Brooks Bachman honest. Macaris, the only extra base hits are those 4 home runs, a big swing and a miss there, strike 1. Fastball catches the outside edge. And Joe Hart ahead 0-2. Looking for a strikeout or a ground ball here. Be looking to turn a pair. Pitch high, trying to get him to chase some high heat. Macaris has none of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. in the top of the second inning in Weyburn here, and we're scoreless. Strike three call, the fastball on the outside edge. First strikeout of the evening for Joe Hart. And Matt Brandt will be the hitter, wearing number 18 and playing first base tonight. On the runner goes, he stole it right off of Joe Hart. No play whatsoever. So Bachman moves into scoring position with the stolen base. Might have been the biggest jump I've seen. Brandt, 9 for 37 on the year, a 243 average, a homer, and 3 runs batted in. Fouled over the screen and out of play. And that'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. As starting pitcher, probably starting one of the games against Swift Current, Dylan Parton runs some balls to home plate umpire Darryl Beckett. And Omaha's Joe Hart sets. That edge is getting called pretty consistently now. That pitch roughly in the same location as the one that rang up Aiden Macaris. And 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Matt Brandt. Starting first baseman for the Gulls. Slider off the plate. That'll even the count at 2-2. Runner on second is Brooks Bachman. Fouled back to the screen. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matty Fung waiting in the on-deck circle. Really popular player at Gulls Stadium in Sylvan Lake. Oh, a change-up. Fooled him. Great pitch, Joe Hart. Back-to-back strikeouts. That was a great pitch. Two away, and Matty Fung will be the hitter. Fung, a slow start to the year, 2 for 20. Looking to get on track here. Runner in scoring position for him. In the dirt, Mancourt finds it just in time. Doesn't get too far away, but ball 1. Fung has been walked once and hit by pitch once, so he's been struggling to get aboard. Fouled back, out of play. Matty Fung starting in left field tonight. Wind picked up a little here. Started the game at about 13 to 20 kilometers an hour. That's about 8 to 12 miles an hour. A little stiffer than that now. Up the middle, fielded by Trevor Dale. Throw over to Ian Heck. In time, Matty Fung is retired 6-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no Weyburn errors, and 1 runner left on base in scoring position. After 1.5, we are still scoreless here at Tom Lang Park, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 2nd inning here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. We're back here at Tom Lang Park, and leading things off for the Beavers in the bottom of the second inning will be Ryan Dauphiny. Also due up, shortstop Trevor Dale and second baseman Alex Alva. We are still scoreless. Josh Sturba on the mound versus Joe Hart for the Beavers. Joe threw 2 innings, 34 pitches, 19 for strikes. Dauphiny shows bunt, pulls it back and takes ball 1. Doff on the year, a .288 batting average, 19 for 66. He has 4 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 18 runs batted in. Fouls that one back to the screen and evens the count at 1-1. Doff with a break from fielding duties tonight, drawing the DH straw. Slider misses high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trevor Dale waits in the on-deck circle. Fouled off of Darrell Beckett at home plate. And that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Dauphiny leading off the bottom of the second inning here. Beavers have not had a base runner through the first 3 hitters. And a slider hit in the air to left field and overcomes Matty Fung and makes the catch. 1 away. High fly ball, not too deep. And Trevor Dale will be the hitter. The knee-high Sox look, love it. Cowboy Trevor Dale. 19 for 57 on the year for Dale. .333 average, ball 1. 3 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, and 10 runs batted in. Starting at shortstop tonight. High, ball 2. Alex Alva in the on-deck circle. 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning. We're still scoreless. Dale checks his swing. Pitch low in the zone and called strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Outside, 3-1. In the coaching boxes for the Beavers, head coach Cam Williams at third and Luke Senft down at first base, as per usual. Outside, a 5-pitch walk. Trevor Dale is aboard. First base runner of the game for the Beavers. And Alex Alva comes to the plate, the second baseman, number 4, left-handed hitter. Alex, 14 for 60 on the year. Productive with 12 RBIs, 5 doubles, tied for the team lead with Noah Brooks. In the dirt, ball 1. Pitch count starting to creep up after a very efficient first inning. And that's ripped down the right field line and just foul. That might have possibly scored Trevor Dale. At least it would have been a stand-up double for Alex Alva and runners on second and third, but just foul. Really got around and got the barrel on it. So Sturba so far, 22 pitches, only 11 for strikes, so 50%. Inside almost hits Alva on the foot. 2 balls and a strike. Brigham Cocotelo in the on-deck circle, and that's tapped back to the mound and over to first. Alva advances the runner on a 1-3 putout. 2 away. So Brigham Cocotelo with an opportunity here with 2 out and a runner in scoring position for the Beavers. Brigham on the year, 5 for 23. And that's hit on the ground to third, picked up and over to 1 in time. And that'll do it for the Beaver half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base in scoring position. After 2 complete, the Weyburn Beavers 0, the Sylvan Lake Gulls 0, and we'll be back with more Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. We're back here at Tom Lang Park in Weyburn. We'll take a quick look at the home run leaders in the WCBL. Atop the home run leaderboard, 2 Saskatchewan Berries tied for number 1. Corey Waters and Ethan Murdoch both with 5. And then 5 gentlemen tied with 4. Evan Morrison of the Medicine Hat Mavericks, Aiden Macaris of the Sylvan Lake Gulls, Aaron Volcano also of the Medicine Hat Mavericks, Jackson Yeager of the Moose Jaw Miller Express, and Trevor Dale of the Weyburn Beavers. Leading things off for the Gulls in the road half of the third inning will be leadoff hitter Jimmy Peltier. Simon Baker and Jaden Flores also due up for the Gulls. Joe Hart delivers strike 1. A fastball right at the knees. Very effective for Joe. Cam Williams has to be pleased. And a curveball is hit in the air to left field. Back goes Noah Brooks to the track. Wind took that a long way because it wasn't hit that well, but it made the track. Flags straight out, blowing out to left field, so we'll be on the lookout for more fireworks that direction. And Simon Baker will be the hitter. Baker grounded to first baseman Ian Hack in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Shows bunt and pulls it back for ball 1. It'll bring Luke Malzewski just about even with the bag at third base. Trevor Dale deep in the hole at short. Lowen gets away from Braden Mancourt. 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. Simon Baker from Cochrane, Alberta. 6'4", 205 pounds, attends Gonzaga University. And that's loop to shortstop Trevor Dale, and he'll make the catch. 2 away. Joe Hart's been very good tonight. Struggled a little bit. Well, not really entirely his fault. There was an error, but got the first 2 quick outs in the first, gave up a walk, and then Brock Tiarina reached on an error to create some trouble, but Hart got out of the jam. Jaden Flores at the plate, and that's popped in foul territory. Ian Heck tracking it, and he'll make the catch. Nice quick inning, 1, 2, 3 for Joe Hart on 3 fly balls. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And we'll be back with the Beaver half of the 3rd inning when we return here on Coast Hotels, Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Weyburn Beavers batting in the home half of the 3rd inning, and they will send to the plate Chet McDaniel, the center fielder, Luke Malzewski, the 3rd baseman, and Noah Brooks, the left fielder. And Chet McDaniel strides towards the right side batter's box. Well, right-handed hitter's side, the left field side. Ball 1 from Josh Sturba. On the year, McDaniel 5 for 38 with an RBI. Good speed, a couple of stolen bases as he takes strike 1, and that evens the count at 1-1. Luke Malzewski in the on-deck circle. Not sure where that was. That looked pretty good. Must have maybe just been low. Strike 2 called. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 1 away. Second strikeout of the game for Josh Sturba. Both managers have to be pleased with their starting pitching. And Luke Malzewski comes to the plate. Takes ball 1. Luke with a night off last night. And he's 8 for 32 on the year, a .250 average with 2 RBIs. He's been a real steady defensive performer wherever he's played. Slaps that the other way sharply and foul. 1-1 the count to the man they call Zeus. Wearing number 3 for the Weyburn Beavers. Up the middle, fielded by Sturba. And a toss over to Matt Brandt. 2 away. And leadoff hitter Noah Brooks strides to the plate. Noah struck out looking in the first. He's 0 for 1 tonight. And looking for his first hit. Left fielder Matty Fung playing very deep. Brooks takes on the outside edge for strike 1. 0-1 the count. And that's hitting the air to shallow center and caught by the second baseman, Jimmy Peltier. 3-away. 1-2-3 inning once again. Only one base runner aboard. And Josh Sturba has faced one over the minimum. And no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll be back with the fourth inning when we return with more Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Joe Hart back out for his fourth inning of work through 3 innings. 41 pitches for Joe, 24 of them for strikes. So he has started to really fill the zone here. Throw down from catcher Braden Mancourt. And leading things off for the Sylvan Lake Gulls will be Brock Tijerina, the designated hitter, number 11. Tijerina hit a ground ball that was fielded very nicely by Alex Alves. He ranged pretty far to his left and picked it up, but an errant throw was an E4, and Tijerina was aboard. He's 0 for 1 and fouls one off his leg for strike 1. Tijerina from Andrews, Texas, 5'11", 195 pounds, attends Lubbock Christian University. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Beavers had quite a pipeline to Lubbock Christian, back like 2016 through 2019 when Ryan Johnson attended Lubbock Christian and brought a lot of his teammates here. Of course, Johnson pitched for 5 years for the Beavers. Ground ball to Alva. Bobbles it, and he can't come up with it. Tijerina aboard again on an E4. That'll bring Junior Garcia to the plate, the catcher. Garcia grounded to second base to Alex Alva to end the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Wearing uniform number 35. Garcia from Boise, Idaho, 6'1", 210-pound right-hand hitter, right-hand thrower, attends Whitworth University. Throw over from Joe Hart. Tijerina is back safely. So Tijerina reached twice on error. He's 0 for 2. Foul out of play. Nothing and 1 the count to the Sylvan Lake catcher. Inside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. No activity in either bullpen at this point. Both starting pitchers quite effective. Another throw over from Joe Hart. ball and 1 strike count with nobody out. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. We're still scoreless here at Tom Lang Park. And that's hit on the ground to Malzewski. Picks it up over to Ian Heck, not in time. Pulled him off the bag. I don't think he had him anyway. We'll see how it was scored. I think it's an infield hit. I think he beats it anyway. Although Tyler Murphy indicates that he did pull him off the bag. And Brooks Bachman will be the hitter. First two hitters aboard as base runners. Brock Tijerina at second. Junior Garcia at first base. Fouled back to the screen by Bachman, strike 1. Bachman has the only hit of the baseball game. A single and he also stole a base to lead off the 2nd inning. So some trouble here for the Beavers. And Joe Hart, normally a reliever, so getting into the 4th is that's stretching him out a little bit. But the pitch count isn't bad. Fouled back off of a post. Ting! He hit the post. Brooks Bachman from San Diego, California, 5'11", 185 pounds. Left-handed hitter, right-handed thrower. Attends Colorado Mesa University. Outside, ball 1. Joe Hart mixing the locations. Fouled off of his foot, and Brooks Bachman feeling that one. Oh, off his knee. My spotter, right on it. And Brooks Bachman with chalk all over him now, walking it off. Gulls wearing the dark blue pinstriped Lake Boys uniforms tonight. Beavers wearing the road blues with the white pants. Giving the fans a different look here at Tom Lang. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Just outside. 2-2. The fans wanted it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aiden Macaris in the on-deck circle. And that's hit on the ground towards the second baseman, Alva, and it gets through for a single. So there are only 2 hits in the ball game, and Brooks Bachman has them both. And that'll load the bases with nobody out. And it brings a visit from head coach Cam Williams. So he's going to talk about it here with the defense and with Joe Hart. I expect the corners to be in to come home with it, and the infielders to be a double play depth. Middle infielders. And the dangerous Aiden Macaris to the plate. Macaris, a product of Okochokes, Alberta. 6'2", 217-pound right-handed hitter, right-handed thrower. Attends Bellevue University in Bellevue, Nebraska. A good NAIA school in the North Star Conference. Outside, ball 1. The North Star Conference is no more. I haven't seen how that will exactly all shake out, but no more NSAA after, well, it doesn't exist anymore after the season ended in May. 1 ball the count. Fouled back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. I know that Jamestown was just parked in the North Star for 1 season as they make the move to NCAA Division II baseball from NAIA. But where the Bellevues and the Turbos end up, I don't know. Called strike. Just haven't looked that far into it. I'll perhaps talk to Jared Eifler of the Belleville Club when he arrives. Due here, I think, this week. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Breaking ball. It remains high and out of the zone to even the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss. A big, big strikeout there for Joe Hart. Now a double play ball is a big thing. So Junior Garcia actually credited with a single as well. So 3 hits for the Gulls on the night. Tiarina reached on an error. Garcia a single to first base. And Brooks Bachman a single to past Alex Alva into right field. Bases loaded with nobody out, and then a strikeout of Aiden Macaris for the first out. And Matt Brandt fouls the first pitch off for an 0-1 count. Pitch low and in the dirt. Smothered by Braden Mayencourt. 1-1 the count. Matt Brandt struck out in his first trip. He is 0 for 1 on the night. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Matt Brandt from Mansfield, Texas, 6'4", 200 pounds, attends Oral Roberts University. Low ball 3, 3 balls and a strike. Well, Joe Hart required to find the zone right here. Bases loaded and a 3-ball, 1 strike count. And that's hit on the ground to short. Trevor Dale over to Alex Alva for 1, on to first. In time, double play! 6-4-3! And the Beavers get out of a big jam. 6-4-3 double play, the pitcher's best friend. And a noble tagger accomplished by the Sylvan Lake Gulls. There were no runs on 2 hits. There were no Weyburn errors and 2 runners left on base, both in scoring position. So after 3.5, a big double play there. Wow. And we will be back with the bottom of the 4th inning when we return with more Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Braden Mayencourt to lead things off for the Beavers here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Beavers hitless on the night so far. They've only managed one base runner, that a base on balls by Trevor Dale. And that's hit foul towards the on-deck circle where Ian Heck grabs that. 0-1, the count to Braden Mayencourt. Mayencourt flew out to the center fielder, Simon Baker, in the first inning. So he's 0 for 1. Mayo from Langley, BC. And that's hit on the ground, fielded by Matt Brandt. And he'll take it himself. Ground out to the first baseman, unassisted for the first out of the inning, and Ian Heck will be the hitter. Ian Heck popped up to first baseman Matthew Brandt. He's 0 for 1 on the night. And that's hit deep to center field. And it is off the wall. Extra bases for Ian Heck. That had a chance. It just kept going and going and going, and Simon Baker just couldn't catch up with it. And it's off the Barassa and Sons sign for a double. So the Beavers, their first hit of the night is a double from Ian Heck. And Ryan Dauphiny currently tied for the team lead in RBIs with 18 with Noah Brooks. A chance to take a lead in the RBI race for the Beavers with Ian Heck on second base with 1 out. High and outside, ball 1. Doff flew out to left fielder Matty Fung in the second inning. He is 0 for 1. Trevor Dale in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss there. That'll even the count at 1-1. Ryan Dauphiny from Surrey, BC, 6 foot 185 pounds. He's a junior at Central Baptist College in Conway, Arkansas. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. That is a mound visit, recorded by Darrell Beckett. Junior Garcia out to talk to his pitcher. Good job by Junior Garcia to ensure that that pitch in the dirt didn't get by him, so that Ian Heck would move to third base and score on a fly ball from Ryan Dauphiny. Pitch catches the outside corner, and that'll even the count at 2-2. It would have been a tough pitch for Dauphiny to reach. Often, though, on those outside pitches, he'll go the other way. He'll go with it. Foul tip squeezed by Junior Garcia, 2 away. Good play there by the Sylvan Lake catcher to secure the strikeout for his pitcher. Third strikeout of the game for Josh Sturba. Action now in the Sylvan Lake pen. Left-hander. Big swing and a miss at a high fastball by Trevor Dale. 0-1 the count. Trevor walked in the second inning for the first base runner of the game for the Beavers. Low, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Trevor Dale from West Valley City, Utah. That's the Salt Lake City area. He is a junior at the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Young, 20 years old. Big swing and a miss there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alex Alba waits in the on-deck circle. Runner in scoring position at second base is Ian Hack. And that's hit in the air to center field. Back goes Simon Baker, and he's under it and makes the catch. 3 away. So the Beavers do not score. They do get a hit. And there were no errors and a runner left on base in scoring position after 4 complete. We are scoreless here at Tom Lang Park, and we'll be back with the 5th here on Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege.
6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 21, 23, 24, 26, and 27. Draw your attention if you're on the first base line. As it is time for our beanbag shots, we have Molly and Macy. They're going to be playing a chance to win some Weyburn Beavers merch.
We're back here at Tom Lang Park as Joe Hart takes his warm-up tosses to begin his 5th inning of work. And we're going to take a look at the line score here in tonight's game. Through 4 innings, the Sylvan Gulls. No runs on 2 hits. So I'm guessing that they did award the Garcia one was an error, not a base hit. So only 2 hits. And I'm going to just clean up my scorecard here. The Weyburn Beavers, no runs, 1 hit, and they have committed 3 errors. Matty Fung will lead things off for the Sylvan Gulls in the top of the 5th inning. Quick game so far. We're nearly halfway through, and we're just past the 1-hour mark of the game. Matty Fung from Foster City, California. Check swing foul towards his dugout for strike 1. Matty Fung grounded out to short to end the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. 5'9", 170-pound left-handed hitter from the University of San Francisco. And he drills that down the right field line, and it's fair, and it's extra bases. That's going to be 3 for Matty Fung. The leadoff man aboard with a triple. And a mistake there. Middle to a guy batting under 100. So we'll see how Joe Hart can work out of this jam. Worked out a big one in the last inning. Couple errors, put a couple aboard, and then a single loaded the bases. A strikeout and a 6-4-3 double play generated the noble tagger for Joe Hart. He's been really good tonight. Into his 5th inning of work, throwing 67 pitches, 40 of them for strikes, and has a 0-1 count on Jimmy Pelche, the second baseman. Inside. Almost clipped him but missed. 1-1. Pelche 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded to short in the 1st and flew out to left fielder Noah Brooks on a ball that the wind just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And that's popped up into shallow center field. Chet McDaniel comes in and he can't get it. A bloop single for Jimmy Pelche and an RBI. So the leadoff triple scores, and the Sylvan Gulls have a 1-0 lead. Runner aboard for Simon Baker. Joe Hart steps off. Out Outside, ball 1. Simon Baker 0 for 2 on the night. He grounded to first baseman Ian Heck in the first inning and popped up to Trevor Dale. Actually, a soft liner to Dale in the third. And that's another liner over top of Dale and 3 straight hits for the Gulls. That'll bring Cam Williams out of the dugout. Isaiah Granado warming in the pen. So it looks like Isaiah will be first out here tonight. This is a long outing for Joe Hart. Pitcher warming for the Gulls is number 26. Don't know where my roster went. 26, Reese Usselman. And it looks like he's ready to come in. So 2 aboard, nobody out. A run already across for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. And Jaden Flores is the hitter. Ball 1 outside. Fifth inning for Joe Hart. I think it might be time to go get him. Really stretched him out as far as we could, and he's done a really good job. 1-0 the count. Pickoff move at second base. Pelche is back. The runner on second, Jimmy Pelche. The runner on first base, Simon Baker. Matty Fung led off the inning with a triple scored on the single by Pelche, a bloop single. Two balls, no strikes the count. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Jaden Flores. He was thinking 3 spot. Flores 2 home runs already on the year. Fouled off of the chest protector. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cam Williams pops out of the dugout. See how Braden Mancourt is. He's taking a moment. Darrell Beckett sweeps the plate, gives him a moment. And number 7, Jaden Flores, will check back in with a 2-ball, 2-strike count with nobody out here in the top of the 5th. 2 runners aboard. Fouled out of play. After falling behind 2 balls, no strikes, Joe Hart battles back, evens the count. And Flores has to foul off a good pitch to stay alive. Granado is ready in the pen. Outside, full count. Good at bat here by Jaden Flores. And good on Joe Hart for falling behind and battling back. Come on, Joe, win this one right here. Joe Hart looking at the runner. Takes a little too long, and Flores asks for time, and it's granted. Saw Chet McDaniel ask for time last night, and it was not granted. Led to a strikeout. Strike 3 called. Fastball on the outside edge. Big strikeout there for Joe Hart, and that for him is strikeout number 4 of the evening. And Brock Tijerina comes to the plate. His spray chart on the night. Both balls hit towards Alex Alva in the second base gap. First pitch low for ball 1. 1 out. Beavers looking for the double play ball to get out of this, as they did in the 4th inning. Fouled out of play. Runner goes, and a ground ball up the middle, picked up there by Dale, over to first in time. If the runners were not on the move, that was a double play ball. So Pelche advances to third. Baker to second on the fielder's choice. Baker got brushed by a leg. Coming to check on him. Tijerina retired 6-3 for the second out of the inning. And Junior Garcia will be the hitter. Pelche stays in the game. And that's hit on the ground to Trevor Dale. Over to first in time. Joe Hart pitches out of the jam. Good work, Joe. He does give up a run on 3 hits. There were no errors in that inning, and 2 runners left on base, both of them in scoring position. So the Gulls have a run. They have left 7 runners stranded, all of them in scoring position tonight. So after 4.5, Sylvan Lake won, the Beavers, no score, and they'll be here to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning when we return with more Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. 30. We're back here at Tom Lang Park. Taking a look at the RBI leaders in the WCBL. All Moose Jaw all the time. Nobody else on the team drives in a run. Jackson Yeager leads the way with 24. Austin Gurney in second with 23. And William Edwards has 21. Riley Bender of the Regina Red Sox is next with 20, tied by Ethan Murdoch, the Saskatchewan leader in RBIs with 20. And Micah Dvorak of the Medicine Hat Mavericks with 20. And then Ryan Dauphiny and Noah Brooks of the Weyburn Beavers tied for 7th with 18 coming into this game. And Alex Alva will lead things off for the Weyburn Beavers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Come on, guys, get a couple of runs for Joe. Get him a win here. 1 ball to count to Alex Alva. Takes a strike. That evens the count at 1-1. Alva 0 for 1 tonight. A comebacker to the pitcher in the 2nd inning. And fouls that out of play to make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brigham Cocotelo in the on-deck circle as that pitch sails outside by Sturba. And that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alex Alva leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Beavers, trailing by a run. And he rips that foul towards the bullpen, off of the fence, chased by Luke Sempt. So the count will hold at 2-2. Chet McDaniel also due up this inning. Ball 3. Full count to the leadoff man, Alex Alva. And that's hit on the ground, picked up by the third baseman, Bachman. A high throw, but gets Alex Alva 5-3 for the first out. So the leadoff man retired in all 5 innings for the Beavers. That was not the pattern last night. They got the leadoff man on frequently. Turn up the sound. He had me turn it down. All right, here we go. Brigham Cocotelo comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Take strike 2. Sturba way ahead, 0-2. Chet McDaniel in the on-deck circle. Fouled back to the screen. I thought that was a strike. Curveball. Will be recorded as ball 1. Looked very close at a minimum. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Popped up behind home plate. Garcia back and no room off of Luffy's lounge. Another 6 feet of foul ground, and Garcia would have had a play. New life for Brigham Cocotelo. Still 1-2 strike count. Low and outside, ball 2. 2-2, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. In the dirt. Full count. And the payoff pitch will be pitch number 8 of the at-bat. Fouled out of play. So for Sturba, that's 16 pitches in this inning alone. So that runs the count up a bit for him. He's now at 63 pitches, 38 for strikes, so a really efficient performance. Fouled out of play. So 10th pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 away. Strikeout number 4 for Josh Sturba. Beavers unable to get the offense going against Sturba here tonight. And Chet McDaniel comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1, struck out in the 3rd. Takes a slider for strike 1. Chet McDaniel from Lewisburg, Mississippi, attends Central Baptist College. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Luke Malzewski is in the on-deck circle for the Beavers. And that's hit on the ground. A bad hop at short. I think that's going to be a single. It bounced very, very high on Jaden Flores. And that is, in fact, a base hit for Chet McDaniel. I think a good decision by the official scorer not to penalize Flores at short there for that really bad hop. Had a lot of spin on that ball. Just took off. And Luke Malzewski aboard, or at the plate with Chet McDaniel aboard, and pitch framed there by Garcia. Earns his pitcher a strike. It's 0-1. In the dirt. Good block by Garcia. Keeps the speedy McDaniel at first base. Only down by 1. I'd think about getting McDaniel in motion here. We'll see. Nope. Malzewski takes a fastball on the outside edge for strike 2. Noah Brooks on deck. And that's hit on the ground to 3rd. Over to first base in time. 5-3 on the putout for the 3rd out. No runs. There was one Beaver hit, no errors, and a runner left. After 5 complete, the Sylvan Lake Gulls won. The Weyburn Beavers no score, and there will be a new pitcher for the Beavers when we return with more Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. guy said, you know, like, I'm just gonna next time I'm next yeah, tell her I turned it back up, but yeah, next time that they say turn it down, I'm leaving it where it is. Probably. Isaiah Granado on to pitch for the Weyburn Beavers here in the top half of the 6th inning. Isaiah from Pico Rivera, California. He's a freshman at Whitman College in Walla Walla, Washington. And so far on the year, Isaiah has appeared in 7 games. This is his 8th. He's pitched 11 innings, allowed 13 hits, 13 runs, 10 of them earned. Has 16 strikeouts to lead Beaver relievers. And only 7 bases on balls to go along with that. Has an 0-1 record and an 8.18 earned run average. And due up to face Isaiah Granado is Brooks Bachman, Aiden Macaris, and Matt Brandt. First pitch from Granado, a slider that catches the outside corner. Called strike 1. Low, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, the count. Swing and a miss. Good location on the fastball on the outside part of the plate. 1-2 the count to Brooks Bachman. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Pair of singles and a stolen base. Inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brooks Bachman, the Sylvan Lake third baseman. Solid defensively tonight as well. And that's hit hard over top of Alex Alva. Another base hit. 3 for 3 for Brooks Bachman. And Aiden Macaris comes to the plate. Macaris 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts tonight. The Okotoks product. Fouled back. 0-1 the count. Breaking ball is high and out of the zone, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Baccaris with 3 stolen bases, so by the process of deduction, should be a hard guy to try and double up on a ground ball. The Gulls home run leader with 4. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Decided late. And that'll bring Matt Brandt to the plate. Brandt 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out in the second and grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the fourth. Pickoff move, a high throw. Heck able to corral that. Not a throw with any more purpose than other than I'm thinking about you. Matty Fung in the on-deck circle. Wild pitch gets away from Mancourt. And Bachman advances to second base. He was in the dirt. And 1 ball count. One out in the top of the 6th. And a runner in scoring position for the Gulls. And that's hit the other way to right field. Caught by Brigham Cocotelo. Throw into Cheverdale on a line. Holds the runner at second base. Briggs ripped that throw into Trevordale. Got lots on it. Matty Fung will be the hitter. Fung 1 for 2 on the night. A leadoff triple in the 5th. And he scored on Jimmy Pelche's RBI single, the only run of the ball game so far. Fung ripped one down the right field line into the corner. And Braden Mancourt earned a strike for Isaiah Granado there as Zay left one off the plate, framed by Mancourt. Called strike 1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Isaiah Granado way ahead in the count. Sailed the breaking ball, seemed to miss the release point there. Way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matty Fung. Some threatening skies earlier tonight, but a beautiful night for baseball. Breaking ball high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Everyone in the Weyburn area got a cell phone alert of a tornado present in the area. Thunderstorms were to the north and to the east, so not threatening the city at that point, but nearby. Fastball misses outside, full count. Apparently my spotter says there was a tornado near Oxbow, Saskatchewan, and that's, maybe, an hour and 20 minutes from here, close to an hour and a half. Full count, 2 outs. Low, ball 4. Matty Fung aboard, a base on balls. And that'll bring the leadoff hitter to the plate, and Jimmy Pelche. Pelche with an RBI single. His last at-bat, he is 1 for 3. 5 hits for the Gulls tonight. Curveball into Pelche for strike 1. Good pitch, good location there by Isaiah Granado. Zay, the self-described best dancer on the Beaver baseball team. And that's popped up to short. Trevor Dale has a beat on it. And Isaiah Granado gets out of the mini jam with the pop up to the shortstop for the 3rd out. No runs. There was 1 hit, no Weyburn errors, and 2 runners left on base, one of them in scoring position. So after 5.5, the Beavers look to get the bats going. They trail 1-0, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 6th right after this here. And you're watching Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. New pitcher for the Sylvan Lake Gulls will be number 26, Reese Usselman, 6'3", 200-pound left-hander from Langley, BC, attends Hutchinson Community College. And so far on the year, I do not see any action. So first appearance of the year for Reese Usselman. And we're going to take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. A lot of windows open. I'll see if I can find it. In Regina, in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Red Sox lead the Cactus Rats 5-1. In Medicine Hat, the Mavericks in the bottom of the 4th, a 6-0 lead over the Berries. Medicine Hat looking to snap the Berries' 8-game win streak. Moose Jaw 6-1 leaders over Swift Current in the bottom of the 4th inning at Mitchell Field. At Elks Field and Brooks, Okotoks 4, Brooks 2 in the top of the 4th inning. And then the bottom of the 4th at Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge. Fort McMurray 4, the Lethbridge Bulls 2. And leading it off for the Beavers will be Noah Brooks. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Noah 0 for 2 so far tonight. The native of Langley, BC, attends the University of Pikeville in Pikeville, Kentucky. Pitch taken for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. A sharp slider from the left-hander Usselman there. Braden Mayencourt on deck for the Beavers. Looking to get something going here, only trailing by 1. And a slider hit to the third baseman, goes under his glove, and no play. Skipped under the glove, looking for the call here. I'm sure that the official scorers are debating it. I have not seen a light. Swing and a miss at the first pitch to Braden Mayencourt for strike 1. Mayo 0 for 2 on the night. Flew out to center field in the 1st and grounded unassisted to first base in the 4th. Inside, almost got away from Garcia behind the plate. And that will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So scored an error. To the third baseman, so Noah Brooks 0 for 3. Error charged to Brooks Bachman. 2 balls and 1 strike. Outside, ball 3. So nonetheless, the leadoff man aboard in the person of Noah Brooks. The first time in the game the Beavers have got the leadoff man on. Ian Heck waits in the on-deck circle with a 3-1 count to Braden Mayencourt, number 7. That was off the plate. Not a good call. Full count. 3-1, I even get it, but 3-0, I even get it, but 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Now, Usselman tried to hit the exact same location. This time it was a ball, as it should have been in the first place. But. So 2 runners aboard for Ian Heck. Show Heck to the plate. He's 1 for 2. A stand-up double deep to the left center field gap, not far from the 400 sign on the fence. So he gave it a charge. Big swing and a miss there. Strike 1. Ian Heck with 18 home runs on the year at York University in York, Nebraska, the senior there. The product of Antelope, Colorado. Ryan Dauphiny in the on-deck circle. Slider catches the outside edge. 0-2 the count. After the walk, Usselman finds the zone. And he's way ahead of a very dangerous hitter. He throws him a fastball. Thought he might try and nibble the edges with a breaking ball there way ahead, but challenges Ian Heck. So still 0-2. One thing about it, if he does try a breaking ball, gets in a little bit, Ian Heck not afraid to push one the other way. Breaking ball fouled out of play. It was a pretty good, sharp breaking slider. In on the hands of Ian Heck. So the biggest threat of the night for the Beavers so far, the first 2 runners aboard. And that's fouled out of play. So still 0-2. The runner on second base is Noah Brooks. The runner on first is Braden Mayencourt. Swing and a miss, a pitch in the dirt. Oh, got a piece of it? Or no? Strike 3. Just went back to pick up the elbow pad. So a strikeout swinging for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that'll bring Ryan Dauphiny to the plate. Dauphiny with another opportunity. He had a chance in scoring with Ian Heck in scoring position in the 4th inning. Dauphiny 0 for 2 on the night. Slider in the zone, called strike 1. Good pitch, good location from Usselman. Trevor Dale in the on-deck circle. And that's hit on the ground to short. Picked up there over to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. You gotta be kidding me! Six, 4-3 on the double play. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll be back with the 7th inning with Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball here on FloCollege.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 23, 24, 26, and 27. If you have a Prairie Sky Co-op playback bingo, bring your program to the announcer's booth for verification.
We get out of town. I just need a moment. I'm really pissed. Leading things off for the Sylvan Lake Gulls here in the top of the 7th inning be center fielder Simon Baker. Also due up, Jaden Flores, the shortstop, and Brock Tijerina, the designated hitter. Baker 1 for 3 on the night. Singled in the 5th. He fouls that out of play. Nothing and 1 the count. Inside, ball 1. One ball and 1 strike to center fielder Simon Baker. And that's hit on the ground to Ian Heck. Granado covering, not in time. Infield single. Isaiah Granado couldn't beat Simon Baker to first base. Ian Heck had to go well into the hole to retrieve that. Maybe a bit of a late break for Granado. I'd have to look at it later and see. I don't think so. I think he just got beat there. So an infield single will bring Jaden Flores to the plate. Sylvan Lake batting here in the top of the 7th inning. Nobody out. Squares to bunt, lays it down foul. Owen won the count. Flores from Dallas, Texas, attends Texas Southern University. Squares, bunts it foul. So Flores unable to execute as Jason Chatwood elects to have his 3-hitter try to lay down a bunt to get a runner into scoring position in a tight ball game, and I like the strategy. But Flores unable to execute, and it's an 0-2 count. And that's hit deep to left field. And Noah Brooks watches that one leave. 2-run home run. Three-one, Gulls lead. Pitcher warming in the Beaver pen looks like Zach Tanabe. 3-0. Sylvan Lake leads here in the top of the 7th with nobody out. Granado left an 0-2 pitch over the middle for Flores, and he deposited it deep over the left field wall. And Brock Tijerina to the plate. Foul tip. 1-1 the count. Fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Junior Garcia, the catcher, in the on-deck circle for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Fouled back. Count holds at 1-2. Pitch misses outside, 2-2. Braden Mancourt thought it was close. And that's hit softly second. Alva from behind, not in time. High throw. Infield single. 3 straight hits, 2 infield singles, and sandwiched in between those a 2-run home run by Jaden Flores. Beavers just unable to get anything going on offense. Only 2 hits on the evening after that 18-run outburst last night. And Granado hits Garcia on the first pitch. Time to go get him. I mean, yeah, there were 2 balls that were infield singles, but first 4 hitters aboard in the 7th. Not much choice. But to go to the pen, and Zach Tanabe will enter the game, and we'll take a quick 30-second break while Zach warms up, and we'll be right back here on FloCollege. Zach Tanabe takes over on the mound for the Weyburn Beavers. Zach from Waipahu. I gotta ask him how to pronounce that. It is on the island of Hawaii. The senior from Graceland University in Iowa. This is a second appearance for Zach. In his first one, he threw an inning, did not allow a hit or a run. He struck out one and walked one. So, a situation here where he's looking to keep the Beavers close so that they can try to get something going in the bottom of the seventh. And he will face Brooks Backman, Brooks 3 singles tonight. He is 3 for 3. Everything hit towards Alex Alva at second base. I know he wants to play for the double play, but it's going to go through the 1-3 gap. Bachman just misses that, low and away. Swing and a miss. He is looking to put it through that 3-4 gap or deeper. Squares to bunt, pops it up, foul and out of play. So even up 3 with 2 runners aboard, nobody out. Coach Chatwood looking to move runners in the dirt, blocked by Mayencourt. Tanabe trying to get him to chase, and he does not. 1 ball, 2 strike count to the Sylvan Lake third baseman, Brooks Bachman. Outside, a fastball, misses. 2-2. Nobody out. First 4 batters on base. A swing and a miss there. Tanabe comes in and gets a strikeout for the first out. And the first time that Beaver pitching has been able to sit down Brooks Bachman. He's 3 for 4. And Aiden Macaris will be the hitter. Macaris 0 for 3 with 3 punches. Fouls the first one back to the screen. Nothing in 1, the count. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by the Belleville University Bruin, Aiden Macaris. Zach Tanabe way ahead again. Curveball swung on and missed. And that's 4 strikeouts for Macaris tonight.
Now batting is our broadcast beer batter for tonight's game. First baseman number 18, Matt Brandt. The beer batter fails to safely make it to first base for the next 5.
For Beaver pitching, 7 strikeouts. And Matt Brandt will be the hitter. He's 0 for 3 tonight and fouls the first one out of play. So Tanabe comes in and gets the first 2 hitters on strikes. And good decision by Cam Williams to go get Isaiah Granado when he did. Had a solid first inning, but unfortunate with a couple infield singles. Wild pitch gets away. Mayencourt can't find it. Granado's going to have to go get it. No, he isn't. The runner comes all the way around to second to score. Tiarina scores from second on a wild pitch. And Junior Garcia goes all the way to third. 1-1 the count. And that's hit in the air to center field. McDaniel lays out. He can't get it. An RBI double. Five nothing. Gulls lead.
Now batting number 4, Matty Funk.
Matty Fung will be the hitter with 2 outs. Curveball misses inside from Zach Tanabe for ball 1. Foul tip squeezed by Mayencourt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball catches the outside edge. Nice location there from Zach Tanabe. High, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's looped. Trevor Dale, a nice play to catch the soft line drive behind second base and retire the side. 3 runs for the Gulls on 4 base hits. No Weyburn errors and 2 runners left on base in scoring position. So after 6.5, Sylvan Lake 5, the Weyburn Beavers no score. And the Beavers are going to have to get things going here real quickly. And it better start in the bottom of the 7th when we return with more Coast Hotels Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege.
All right, get those 50-50 tickets out. Tonight's winner going home with $415. Our winning ticket number tonight is WB2110-373. That is WB2110-373. If you have the winning ticket, look for Matthew to claim your prize.
Reese Usselman on for his second inning of work here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And to lead things off will be shortstop Trevor Dale. He'll be followed by Alex Alva and Brigham Cocotelo. In the dirt, ball 1. Trevor Dale 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. And that's hit hard for a single over top of the third baseman over there, Brooks Bachman. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Beavers, for Alex Alva. Alex Alva 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded out to the pitcher in the second, grounded out to the third baseman in the fifth. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Oh, put a bunt down. Third baseman way back. Alva with great speed. I know you're down 5, but you need base runners. You have 3 hits all night. 2-strike count. Curveball, strike 3. One out. Would not count that as a good at bat. Brigham Cocotelo will be the hitter now. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Check swing. Did not go. That'll even the count at 1-1. And Cocotelo hits one in the 5-6 gap. 2 singles in the inning for the Beavers. And Chet McDaniel will be the hitter. Chet 1 for 2 on the night, singled in his last trip. And an opportunity here to get the Beavers on the board with Trevor Dale, the runner at second base, and Brigham Cocotelo at first. Luke Malzewski on deck. Slider on the outside edge taken for strike 1. First baseman Matt Brandt playing in. Breaking ball sails high and out of the zone. Action down in the pen now for the Gulls. Another left-hander. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Fouled out of play. Fouled at home plate. So warming in the pen, Nick Veselinovic, or Veselinovic, rather. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Chet McDaniel. Swing and a miss. And Cocotelo slipped, and it's going to be a strike him out, throw him out, double play. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and one man left in scoring position. After 7 complete, the Sylvan Lake Gulls 5, the Weyburn Beavers no score. And we'll be back with the 8th inning. And not a new pitcher. Well, we'll be right back here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Zach Tanabe back out for his second inning of work. Came in, struck out a pair, gave up a double. But got out of the jam. The run was charged to Isaiah Granado. It was his base runner that scored, but yeoman's work by Zach Tanabe to get out of the inning. And a check swing. And number 14, Jimmy Pelche, the leadoff hitter, does in fact get the barrel out in front, according to Tyler Murphy at first base. 0-1 the count. A foul back to the screen, and Zach Tanabe ahead 0-2. No activity in the pen, so this one could be up to Zach. Try to save some arms. 3 more games this week for the Beavers. In the dirt, blocked by Mayencourt. 1-2 the count. And he hit him. Leadoff man aboard on a hit by pitch. Second hit batsman of the game for Beaver pitching. And it'll bring Simon Baker to the plate. Nobody out. Leadoff man aboard on a hit by pitch. Pass ball. The runner goes down to second base. Ball 1. Lays down a bunt. Baker, good speed, not going to get him. Ball thrown away, and the runner scores on the throwing error by Malzewski. Bunt single for Simon Baker. Six nothing. Gulls lead. Fouled out of play. Nothing and 1 the count to Jaden Flores. Flores a 2-run home run in the 7th inning in his last at-bat. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Josiah Mendoza warming in the pen for the Beavers. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. A curveball hit in the air to shallow left. In comes Noah Brooks, and he'll make the catch. One out. Noah Brooks gets a great jump on balls. High baseball IQ. That'll bring Brock Tijerina to the plate, the designated hitter. Swing and a miss. Pickoff play. Baker is back. A throw in a better location would have had him. Oh, and 1 the count. Pickoff move from Tanabe that time. Simon Baker back safely. Junior Garcia in the on-deck circle for the Gulls. Runner goes. Throw goes into center field. Stolen base. And an E2. As Simon Baker goes all the way to third base. An 0-2 count to Brock Tijerina. With 1 out here in the top of the 8th. High. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The infield in. And it's hit over the infield. An RBI single for Tijerina. 7-0. Hit in the air to center field. Chet McDaniel can't find it. A double on a routine fly ball. And out comes Cam Williams. Brooks Backman will be the hitter. 3 for 4 on the night. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Looked like a changeup outside and off the plate. One ball and 2 strikes the count. Fastball high, 2-2. In the dirt, full count. I think if Bachman gets aboard, that'll be it for Zach Tanabe tonight. Josiah Mendoza is ready to go. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Crisp fastball there by Zach Tanabe. Eighth strikeout of the evening for Beaver pitching. And of the 8 strikeouts in the game, 50% of them are Aiden Macaris, and he swings through strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count. Take strike 2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And wow. Zach Tanabe, 4 strikeouts. There's a couple of runs on 3 hits. Lovic, 6'5", 215-pound left-hander from Winthrop University, hometown LaSalle, Ontario. And for Veselinovic, he's appeared in 3 games prior to this, started 1, 10 and a third innings. He's allowed 15 hits, 9 runs, 6 earned. Has 15 strikeouts in 10 and a third innings to go along with 3 bases on balls. A 1-1 record and sports a 5.22 earned run average. And Luke Malzewski will lead things off for the Beavers here, trailing by 7 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fastball low from Veselinovic. Ball 1. So 9 strikeouts for Beaver pitching. Good job by Garcia to earn his pitcher a strike. Dragged that a long way in. 1-1. Noah Brooks on deck. Outside, ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike to Seattle, Washington's Luke Malzewski. Luke attends Whitman College in Walla Walla, Washington. Called strike. 2-2. Fouled back. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. You gotta be kidding me. Noah Brooks to the plate. That's a ball, yet it wasn't on the last pitch. 1-0. And Brooks lines one to right center for a base hit. Noah Brooks 1 for 4 on the night. For the Beavers, just their 4th base hit of the evening. And that's hit fair! The opposite way by Mancourt, and the Beavers are going to get on the board here. And an RBI double for Braden Mancourt as Noah Brooks scores. That ball was slicing. Mancourt hit it hard down the left field line, and you could see the chalk fly when it bounced. Right on the line. Back-to-back hits for the Beavers, and they do score a run. And that'll bring Ian Heck to the plate. And I've been trying to be reasonably nice, but that's a horrible, horrible third strike call. Or maybe Malzewski's aboard. Swing and a miss by Ian Heck. Strike 1. In the dirt, check swing. Home plate umpire rules that the bat head went around. And I think it did. 0-2 to Ian Heck. Ryan Dauphney on deck. 1 out. The runner on second is Braden Mancourt. 7-1 Gulls lead. Another slider. Heck able to lay off that one. One ball and 2 strikes. Ian 1 for 3 on the night with a double. And hits one the other way. Mancourt held at third base. And Ian Heck 2 for 4. 3 straight hits for the Beavers. They got a little something going here. And Ryan Dauphney will be the hitter with runners on the corners and 1 out. No movement yet in the pen for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Trevor Dale in the on-deck circle. Mound visit by the catcher, Junior Garcia. Now there's some stirring in the pen. Ryan Dauphiny to the plate. High, ball one. Doff 0 for 3 on the night, looking for his first hit of this evening. Foul ball. That'll even the count at 1-1. Ryan Dauphiny, another guy that's not afraid to go the other way. And a curveball. A swing and a miss. 1-2. Lots of 12-6 movement on that one. It's always so easy for left-handers. Right, lefty? Swing and a miss on a high fastball out of the zone. 2 outs. And Trevor Dale will be the hitter with 2 aboard. Ryan Dauphiny 0 for 4 on the evening. High. Ball one. Trevor Dale 1 for 2 on the night with a walk. Swing and a miss at a low fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to the Utah product, Trevor Dale. Popped up. Garcia finds it and makes the catch. And that is it for the Beavers in the bottom of the 8th inning. They do get a run on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left, one of them in scoring position. After 8 complete, Sylvan Lake 7, the Weyburn Beavers 1. And we'll be right back with Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. Josiah Mendoza on to pitch the ninth inning here for the Weyburn Beavers. Josiah from Clovis, New Mexico, a freshman at Eastern New Mexico University. First pitch from Josiah to Matt Brandt, the first baseman, is fouled back to the screen for strike one. Brandt is 1 for 4 on the night with an RBI double. That came in the seventh inning. Inconsistent plate. I don't know where the zone is. 1-1. Breaking ball inside. 2 balls and a strike. So far on the year for Josiah Mendoza, this is his 8th appearance. In the previous 7, 5 1/3 innings pitched. And that's lifted in the air to right field. Briggs Cocotalo on the run, unable to get to it. That drops for a single. Matty Fung will be the hitter. Matt Brandt aboard. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Sylvan Lake all night. They get a runner on. They're looking to move him into scoring position, and I like the strategy. Pickoff move. One ball and no strikes to count to Matty Fung. Fung 1 for 3 tonight. A triple and a run scored. Also a base on balls. Thought that was off the plate, but Mendoza gets the call, and that'll even the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss. A fastball inside. And Mendoza had 1-2. Curveball, or probably a slider actually, more horizontal movement than vertical there. So 2-2. And he fists him with a fastball. In comes Trevor Dale. He'll make the catch. Hard throw over. Trying to double up Brandt, but he's back. F6. And that'll bring Jimmy Pelche to the plate. Pelche 1 for 4. Had an RBI single in the 5th. Hit by pitch and scored in the 8th inning. Ball 1. Slider on the inside edge. Taken for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Another pickoff move by Josiah Mendoza. Runner bluffs. And Braden Mayencourt bluffs. That makes Matt Brandt get dirty. 2 balls And 1 strike the count. Fastball catches the inside black. 2-2. Foul back. The count remains 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. Matt Brandt, the base runner on first. Mancourt tries to throw in behind. Brandt is back, and it's a full count. And pitch number 7 of the at-bat. Payoff pitch for Mendoza. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Great pitch, low in the zone. First strikeout of the night for Josiah Mendoza. And Simon Baker will be the hitter. He's singled in 3 straight trips. Mostly infield stuff. Showing off his speed. Scored a pair of runs in the game, 3 for 5. And 1-0 the count to Simon Baker. Baker takes strike 1. 1-1 the count. Fastball sails high for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Outside, ball 3. Inside, ball 4. Two aboard with 2 out for Jaden Flores, who has already homered in the game back in the 7th inning, a 2-run shot. Fastball low. 1 ball and no strikes. And that's popped up to shallow left field. Trevor Dale back, called off by Noah Brooks, and he'll make the catch. And that will be it for the Gulls in the top of the 9th inning. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 left on base. And we'll be back with the bottom of the 9th with the Beavers needing 6 to tie when we return on Coast Hotels. Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege. New pitcher for the Gulls here in the bottom of the ninth inning, number 36, Mickey McCloskey, 6'3", 190-pound right-hander from Lake Oswego, Oregon, attends Gonzaga University. McCloskey on the year, 5 appearances, 7 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 14 strikeouts against 4 bases on balls, a 1-1 record, 2 saves, and a 4.69 earned run average. And Alex Alva will lead things off for the Beavers here. And first pitch in the dirt and back to the screen for McCloskey. Second one in the zone. Taken for strike one. 1-1 the count. Foul tip. 1-2. Briggs Cocotelo in the on-deck circle. McCloskey taking too long, and Alva calls time. Veteran move there. The senior from Jamestown University, the product of Littleton, Colorado. Foul tip. Too low and in the dirt for Garcia to be able to squeeze that. One ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 dropped. Throw down in time. 2-3 on the putout for the first out in the ninth.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 17, Brigham Cocotelo.
10th strikeout of the night for Beaver hitters. And Brigham Cocotelo will be the hitter with 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Chet McDaniel in the on-deck circle. Check swing, it's in the zone, strike 1. Briggs singled in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3 on the night. Hits that foul. Fielded there by Cam Williams. And McCloskey ahead 0-2. Inside, that misses ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Chet McDaniel on deck for the Beavers. Inside. Two and two the count. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The 11th strikeout of the night by Gulls pitching. And Chet McDaniel represents the final opportunity to keep the game alive for the Beavers, down to their last out here in the bottom of the ninth. Chet 1 for 3 tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Called strike 2. Nothing in 2. Bounces one 5 feet short. Has a chuckle about it as the bench had the clap going on for him there to try and everybody having a bit of a giggle. A lighter moment. Bounces another one. They're going to have to stop clapping. Two balls and 2 strikes. McCloskey with really good command, and then with the clap, he's bounced a couple. So let's see if we can get one in the zone here. It's low again and bounces. Full count. Luke Malzewski is in the on-deck circle. Ball 4 low. So Chet McDaniel works a walk. And Luke Malzewski comes to the plate. Luke 0 for 3 tonight, looking for his first base hit. But any way you can, Noah Brooks on deck. Fastball on the outside edge. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Beavers down to their final strike once again. But they were for 4 pitches in the last at-bat as well, so you never know. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Tags Malzewski. And 3 strikeouts and a walk in the 9th inning for Mickey McCloskey, and that's going to end the ball game. The Beavers do not score in the 9th. 4 batters faced for McCloskey. The line score in tonight's game: the Gulls 7 runs on 13 hits. They committed 1 error. The Beavers 1 run on 7 hits, 5 errors on defense. The winning pitcher tonight is Josh Sturba. Sturba went the required 5. It was a 1-0 game when he left the losing pitcher. A tough luck loss for Joe Hart as he went 5 strong innings. And these 2 teams will do it again tomorrow night in the second game of the back-to-back set. That'll be a 7:05 first pitch. And your Boston Pizza player of the game is Joe Hart. The line on Joe this evening: he went 5 innings. He scattered 5 hits. He allowed 1 run, and it was earned. He had 4 strikeouts to go along with 1 base on balls. And, you know, for Joe Hart to go 5 innings, I'm not sure that he's gone 5 since he's been a Beaver, a reliever. So really stretching him out tonight. And Joe answered the call and did everything asked of him and a little bit more this evening. So for his efforts tonight, Joe Hart is your Boston Pizza Beaver player of the game. On behalf of our producer, Lisa Preddy, everyone back at FloCollege Central, and myself, John Preddy, I'd like to thank everyone for watching Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball on FloCollege. We wish you a safe drive home if necessary. Thank you, and good night.